Hi guys, Harry here and welcome to Tottenham Hotspur's January 2015 transfer targets. At the time of the video, all players have been linked to join Tottenham Hotspur. However, please understand at the time you are watching this may be different, possibly because of an injury or a player may be suspended. Anyway, let's get into the video. Obviously Tottenham are in the BPL, the Barclays Premier League in England, and are currently managed by Mauricio Pochettino. And recently have been doing very well in the league, especially because of Harry Kane, who scored 20 goals already this season. Anyway, moving on to the first player who plays for Burnley FC, that is of course Danny Ings, who's been heavily linked with Tottenham in the recent months. He's 22 years old, still very young, plays as a striker and born in England. Only got 7 goals so far this season, but Burnley generally haven't got very many goals this season. He's certainly a very good player, very good finisher of the ball. If you give him a chance, he's likely to score. And you know, Tottenham really need another striker. They've got Soldado, Adebayor and Kane, but out of them three, Kane is the only one that seems to be able to produce the goals when needed. So this would be a very good purchase for Tottenham. Moving on to the second player who's also been heavily linked with a move away from his club, and that is Moussa Sissoko of Newcastle United. He plays as a central midfielder and he's got it all really. He's very powerful, very strong, good finisher of the ball when he needs to be. He's also been linked with Arsenal and Manchester City at a time. It would be a brilliant transfer for Tottenham. You know, they need a kind of player in there who just gives them that bit of physicality in the middle of the park. He's 25 years old and plays for the French national team. Moving on to the third player, who is James McCarthy of Everton. Now Everton aren't doing too well at the minute. They beat Crystal Palace today, I believe, but even the manager admitted, Roberto Martinez, that they were in a relegation scrap. Not sure about that, but they definitely are struggling this season, possibly because of the Europa Leagues took the toll on the team. You just don't know. He's 24 years old. He was born in Scotland but represents the Irish national team. Very good player, hasn't got any goals or assists so far this season, but that's not his job. His job's mainly just to produce a lot of interceptions, make tackles, and just keep the tempo of the ball moving in the team. Very good player, and it would be a good transfer for Tottenham. Moving on to the fourth player, who's been linked with several BPL clubs, including Arsenal, Tottenham, and even Manchester City at a time. That is, of course, Saido Berahino of West Brom. Hasn't been as heavily linked in recent weeks, but was heavily linked at the start of the window. Has already scored 14 goals in all competitions, a brilliant finisher. Was born in Burundi, but plays for the English, has played for the English under-20 team. 21 years old, so still very young, and would be a good striker for Tottenham. As I said, they really need another striker to help Harry Kane up front. Moving on to the fifth player, who is Virgil van Dijk of Celtic. Plays as a central defender, very experienced for a 23-year-old. Already played in the Champions League with Celtic, which he did very well in. And you know, in the summer he was heavily linked with a move away. Would cost about 15 million. I would say he's very good. Not the fastest player in the world, but positionally he's one of the best out there. Plays for the Netherlands national team, although hasn't cemented a place there yet, but will definitely improve in future years to come. Moving on to Morgan Schneiderlin of Southampton. He's a central midfielder, and he was also heavily linked in the summer with a move away from Southampton. A lot of players left Southampton in the summer, including Adam Lallana, and Ricky Lambert, and obviously Luke Shaw to Manchester United. And he was another one that could have moved to Arsenal at the time, I believe. That's where he was heavily linked, but that didn't happen. He's played brilliantly for Southampton this season, been a huge reason for them getting so far in the top 4. 25 years old. Not sure if he still wants a move away. You know, as I said, Southampton doing very well. It'll probably be more likely to happen at the end of the season if he does move. Very good player, very good passer of the ball, and a good finisher as well. Moving on to the penultimate player, who is also a Southampton player, Jay Rodriguez. Now, he's not played a single game in the 2014/15 season because of an injury, which also ruled him out the World Cup. He scored 21 goals in 54 appearances for Southampton in the league, and is a very, very good finisher and passer of the ball. Very fast, still very young at 25 years old, and could play for England in future years if he recovers well from his injury. And finally, a central defender from Napoli, Raul Albiol. Very experienced player, played for the Spanish national team on several occasions. 29 years old, born in Spain. He has been linked with a move away, not so much anymore, but he's a very versatile player, can play as a CDM, central defender, or a right back, so would add that bit of versatility to the Tottenham team, and also that experience which sometimes I believe they lack. That's the video, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Tell me if you agree with the transfer targets and think any of them will happen. There's not too much time left in the window, but hopefully you've enjoyed these videos. See you next time. Goodbye.